Oh my everybody, it's my favorite time, where we go through Call of Duty Mobile's patch notes, and well, give our honest opinions about them. So, a couple days ago, I made a video talking about the patch notes inside of Call of Duty Mobile. However, that was basically live, local, late breaking. Now that I've had some time to let that simmer in and, think about really those updates, the more I think about it, the less I like. The less I like. I mean, really and truly, was there anything important in that update? No. No. The fact that I was somewhat excited for Gunfight Sniper, that's kind of sad because that's like literally completely unimportant. My standards for this game have just gone downhill. Same as Call of Duty Mobile. Call of Duty Mobile's gone downhill faster than the orphan that I threw off of a cliff. I don't really understand why they want to continuously bring out this boring, bland content and really not put any fixes in the game. It's not just the boring and bland content, it's also the fact that this game is completely and utterly broken. We have guns out here like the Man of War that just absolutely destroy everything, and then you go to shotguns like the Striker, and they suck. They suck. And it wasn't always like this. People can sit here and say, oh, they're trying their best, they're trying their best. No. Here's how I see it currently. I think that personally, Call of Duty Mobile, what they did was they wanted to cut some corners, okay? So they tried a new technique. It's called using monkeys. So they fired all of their really great developers that cared about the game, and what they did was they hired a bunch of monkeys. And so overnight what they did was they let the monkeys loose, fed them some bananas, some steroids of course, and they just let them loose. Let them go on the computers, everything, whatever. And they woke up the next morning, saw all that code typed out and everything, all the random jumbles of letters and everything, and thought, hey, you know what? That'll be our patch notes and our update. Honestly, I'm looking to go to a different game at this point. I love Call of Duty Mobile. I've played 3,000 battles on it, but I can't stand the developers at this point. They are ignoring every single person in this community. And it's obvious, and people are starting to notice that. You can only really make excuses for Call of Duty Mobile so much until you start realizing, hey, what are they doing with this game? These patch notes had nothing to do with the balance. All the stuff was random, and honestly, I do think it was monkeys typing on the keyboard, because do they even play their game? Do they even play their game? They just nerfed and buffed random things that made no sense. So here we go. I'm going to do my job because I know Call of Duty Mobile's strapped for cash, only making a couple $100 million per year. So here we go. First of all, I would like to nerf the Man of War. Something that Call of Duty Mobile decided, you know what, we're not going to do that this season because the Man of War is perfectly balanced. That is the gun that I use all the time. It's overpowered, absolutely, but they decided not to do anything with it. The issue with the Man of War is the RTC huge suppressor, first of all. On top of an already powerful gun, they added the RTC huge suppressor, which is ridiculous. It basically makes the damage range just absolutely excessive, reduces recoil. What I decided was we were going to take away that 8% vertical recoil buff that the RTC huge suppressor adds, and then of course to the actual gun itself, which would still be overpowered, we're going to turn that mag size back down from 25 to 20. So that's going to first of all give a better advantage to players using the extended mag, but also make sure to, make this gun not too overpowered. Still an extremely powerful 3-shot weapon, but you know what, only 20 ammo. I kind of sit on the side of being more moderate with my changes, I feel like Call of Duty Mobile doesn't need these huge nerfs. We don't need to make the Man of War completely underpowered and absolutely terrible. No, what we want to make it is we want to make it balanced. I think this is a perfectly fine balance. It would at least make it a little bit less overpowered. The M21 EBR and the XPR would get a 20% ADS speed buff. They kind of suck as snipers, they're more of marksman rifles, and honestly these days the marksman rifles outright outperform these guns by a lot, so increasing their ADS speed would make them more viable in, medium range combat scenarios where you do still need ADS speed. I would like a sniper rework. I propose a middle ground, everybody. I know a lot of people are out there, don't nerf the snipers, they're super fine, it's okay, buff them actually. And then there's some people out there saying, we need a nerf to the snipers, they're overpowered. I, as a sniper, have played them before, they're not really that overpowered, they require an extreme amount of skill, and it's a high-risk weapon. The snipers currently, at their base levels, are perfectly fine. It's the attachments. These guns, their ADS bullet spread accuracy attachments and recoil, attachments, they do absolutely nothing. Recoil and, ADS bullet spread does nothing to them. I personally don't think we should ever add ADS bullet spread into these guns. That would make them completely inconsistent, so I propose a rework. Rather than having these snipers change their recoil or say, their ADS bullet spread, which doesn't even exist, I propose that we replace that and all the negative attachments with an idle sway and range reduction change. So basically, rather than, changing these random variables inside this game that make no sense, rather, if you're trying to camp, well, you're going to have that idle sway that's going to make it a lot harder to camp. And we're also going to reduce that range when you put on these ADS speed increasing attachments. That would definitely make them a lot harder at long range and make them more for quickscoping. Because right now I feel like they're extremely versatile is kind of what some people are going at. So that type of rework will provide some negatives to players that just want all those stacked ADS speed attachments. I don't think it would reduce the viability of them at all. I think it would just make it better and actually add some negatives to the other side. Now, I don't know why, but for some reason, LMGs, they absolutely suck. Like, pretty much the chopper was the only decent one that we had there for a little bit. And even then, nowadays, it still kind of sucks when you have 3-shot kill assault rifles that can kill significantly faster than any LMG out there. LMGs are supposed to be high ADS time weapons that are supposed to basically have some range to them while also being extremely fast killers once they're ADS'd in. Yet, we have assault rifles out there that for some reason can kill faster. What's up with that? So I propose a damage buff to all of the LMGs except for the chopper. Just a slight damage buff. Now also I propose a change to the SMGs. Currently the SMGs are kind of undifferentiable from the assault rifles. They're just assault rifles that kill slower and have much more recoil to them. They kind of suck. Now, rather than, try and make them like the assault rifles more or something, or increase their range or something like that, I propose a little increase of 2 to 3% to every single SMG. Again, the SMGs themselves are actually balanced, amongst themselves, but compared to the other guns, they absolutely suck. So, a change of 2 to 3% in terms of movement speed doesn't sound crazy, but actually it is a lot faster, and that would allow them to get to fights faster, move around faster, and make them a lot different from the assault rifle playstyle. Next, I propose a minor change to the shotguns, actually one shotgun, making the striker reload significantly faster. I'm not talking a little bit, I'm talking 50% at least. It's like pew pew pew, and then you have to stay out of the fight for like 20 seconds to freaking reload like 5 shots. It's really weird. Now, the OWC Laser Tactical is quite possibly one of the most overpowered attachments that every single person out here uses. No attachment inside of Call of Duty Mobile should be without any negatives whatsoever. The OWC Tactical should reduce your movement speed by just a small amount of 1%, and that would just basically make it so that, even there's just a little bit of a negative. Now, for the DRH, I have a minor reduction to it. The DRH nowadays isn't as overpowered as it once was. I say increase the ADS time by 10%. Now, next up for our tacticals, we're going to increase the cryo bomb radius by 20. Currently, it's sitting at like 30 or 40. And the gas grenade currently has a much bigger radius and does basically the same exact thing as the cryo bomb. So increasing that by 20 would make it a little bit more viable, because currently it kind of sucks in comparison to other tacticals. We should also increase the Tempest charging speed. Now that would make it so that this gun is more viable. It's very skill based in terms of operator skills. So I'd really like to see this operator skill rather than the no skill annihilator spammers that we see all the time. In terms of like perks, Call of Duty Mobile has like a couple of perks that are really balanced, really good. And then we have a couple that are randomly terrible. I don't understand why, but Call of Duty Mobile has made no attempt to make them any better. They all suck. Nobody uses them. So first of all, we should increase tracker's footstep timing by 50%. This would make it a lot easier to track people, because currently it only lasts for about 4 seconds. That's really not enough to be useful. I used to use this. It really never actually helped me, so increasing it by 50% would actually make it much easier to find people and track them down, especially in search and destroy when people are always camping all the time. Tactician, rather than just adding on an extra tactical, should also increase the radius of tactical weapon effects, because currently, just adding an extra tactical weapon really does not do anything for you, especially in the category that it is in. Engineer should cap objectives 25% faster. I know that may sound crazy, but really and truly, it's not going to be a lot, considering that Engineer really only allows you to booby trap and re-roll care packages, a single Scorestreak that is also completely underpowered. Launcher Plus should reduce the reload time of launchers as well as add on that extra piece of ammo. Currently, we only have the extra piece of ammo, which is absolutely underpowered. It does really nothing other than add that one thing. which, I mean, considering launchers currently kind of suck. And now, in terms of score streaks, I'm fine with most of the score streaks. The one that I can say is the care package. Care package completely sucks. We should increase the odds of getting good things like VTOLs instead of having to wait, 30 seconds for a UAV. The care package costs 500 points, and about 75% of the time you get a UAV, especially considering you have to wait there for 20 seconds. Someone can steal your care package, someone can shoot it down. I think that we should just give better rewards in there, increase the odds rather than always getting a UAV. I love y'all. I hope you guys have a great day.